Hey everyone, in today's video, we're going to be climbing on 9 different kilter boulders that I've set, but the fun twist is that I'm going to avoid talking about the grades altogether. I'll leave it up to those watching this video to head on over to their local kilter board and grade them for me. Okay, so I'm gonna jump on the first boulder now. And what's nice about this session is I went and I made all these boulders up before I started climbing. So I probably spent like 45 minutes making up the boulders, and I wasn't rushed. I could really take my time and try to make some fun stuff. Whereas when I'm making it during the climbing, I have to rush so I can get back on the wall and climb. So maybe these boulders will turn out more fun than the original kilter set. But yeah, let's start off with the first boulder. I think this one looks pretty fun. A bit of a dyno. And then I guess I'll also point out before we start climbing, the idea with this video is of course to keep the grades anonymous, and it's up to you guys to go try them and put your own grade on it. So I'm not gonna hint or allude to the grade at all. I won't give you what I think it is. I won't even tell you if it's like, okay, I think this is one is softer or harder. I'll try to keep it ambiguous. So.
Wait a second, what angle is the kilter at?
So at 50 degrees.
Right.
That's just my favorite angle to climb at. I did debate though, doing at a different angle, but I find there's a lot of fun moves you can make with the steep.
What's this boulder called?
So I wasn't feeling very creative today. So I decided, and I wanted to make a lot of boulders, so I just decided to name every boulder the first J. Cole song that could come into my head. That's what all the names are today. So this one is, what is it? This one is Pride is the Devil.
Pride is the Devil.
Pride is the Devil. Let's jump on. Yeah, that was as fun as I hoped. Just like a pure dyno. Lots of swinging around, classic moves, nothing too fancy. And I think it's cool. I think it's like, it's nice. This, when you come into this pinch, this hold really helps you put more weight down with your right foot and get your hips in, so you can really launch. And then if you want, you could probably try and hold this pinch, but I think it's easier for the sequence to come into this left hand. Yeah, that one's really fun. All right, Pride is the Devil. Of course, I'm not saying anything about the grade, so go try it and put your own grade on it. And yeah, what's nice is since I made these all up earlier, we can just go, go, go. I'll take a little second and we'll jump on the next one. Okay, this next one is called Cagedbird. Yeah, the other inspiration today with this kilter session actually is that I have pink tips, and kilter is great because it's just kind of about gripping the holds, not so much using friction most of the time. So you'll probably notice this with the boulders I set today. The theme is kind of like not tugging on your tips. It's all very comfy holds, comfy moves, and that's because I have pink skin. So anyway, I think this one fits that theme. Let's try it. That was fun, actually. I like that this drop knee is like nice and tight. It really kind of locks you in for this move. That's interesting. Man, it's really kind of weird not to comment on the grade or like what I think of it.
That's like the first question I have every time you're trying these.
Especially because that was like for those who haven't seen, we've done another video of this style where I go and set a bunch of kilter boulders. We set 10 boulders from V1 to 10. And so that was like very much the theme of that video was thinking about the grade, making sure the boulder fit in the grade.
It's like the complete opposite.
So I'm like, yeah, we can't even think about it. But yeah, I'm doing my best to hold my tongue. And you guys gotta go try them and grade them. All right, rest up, try the next one. Okay, this next one, it looks like it has some fun moves and some cool, like really powerful feeling moves, but maybe the start position is a little bit stupid. I don't know, it's like, I think it's, some people might think it's cool and some people might think this is stupid.
looks really cool.
It looks nice, but is it actually comfortable?
It's just so like symmetrical, you know?
Yeah. But, oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to say is I'm gonna be on like try hard mode to flash these boulders because it'll help keep the grades a bit anonymous. Whereas of course, if I'm falling on something, you think it'd be a bit harder. So do my best to flash everything.
You didn't forerun any of these, did you?
No, I didn't. And of course, that's not to say that I think I'm gonna fall on this one because it's harder, you know? Wink, wink. But yeah, I'll try hard. Yeah, I
thought it was going to be double, like 2 hands to these 2 holds.
Maybe you could, but like you would want a dyno like this, and then the idea is that you're here to go like this. So I guess you could maybe do a double clutch if you want.
That's kind of complicated.
And this one is much better than this. So I think even though it's like a symmetrical start position, pretty much the best sequence is to jump up right hand for this. But yeah, actually, the movement on that turned out to be way cooler than I thought. This move is so satisfying. And you have like a juicy drop knee to really grind into this. And the shoulder move is fun. I'm like, not so tall, but I'm medium tall. So I was actually able to keep this right foot on for this move. I was hoping that it would have to be a jump. But yeah, I think it's not too different if you have to jump. Because even though I could reach it, I had to cut feet anyway to bring it up. That one was actually really sick. I really like that one. Go try it.
What was it called again?
Oh, this one? Classic. Tale of Two Cities.
Okay.
Okay, this next one probably took the longest of any of the boulders to make up. And it's because I wanted to force a sequence where we have to be here, jump here, come back to help with this next move. But what was hard was like finding a good foot setup. Because if I had like a foot on this right side, it meant that you could probably cross to this hold and then go like this. So I kept forerunning the boulder in my mind over and over before actually pulling on, and came up with this foot that will probably make it so that I can do this first move that I want, where we go foot, come down, and then come in order to go like this, and then maybe come down. But I think what this foot will do is, even though it does help prevent this, I think it's gonna make the jump kind of awkward because it's just like probably like a left foot and then a weird like moon kick sort of thing. But yeah, I'm imagining it's gonna be an awkward jump, but I think it will force a sequence. Let's try.
So quiet.
Oh.
I feel like the main indicator for if you're just watching it and not getting on the kilter boards yourself is like how much it looks like you're trying hard.
I mean, yeah, of course, like I'm kind of kidding when I say that I want to try and flash the boulder so you can't tell. You can kind of tell. That one was has me breathing a little bit hard. But yeah, that was cool. We have like a cool little sequence, foot first into like the classic float in sequence. And you know what, here's a little quick tip, because I think setters like to replicate this boulder, the famous boulder called floatin' in Japan, I think, where you have to you do a rose campus and then you have to unwind. The trick with this move, with here, is make sure that you don't try and flop to the next hold too early. You actually really want to make sure you spin as much as you can before you actually let go of the hand you're going to move off of. similar to what you want to do with the rows when your feet is on, when your feet are on. And so you know what? Really quick, I'll just do that move again so you can see what I'm talking about. So when I'm here, I want to spin. You see how long I actually held on to these two hands before letting go? So anytime you come across this campus move, give this a try. And even when your feet are on the wall too, it's good. All right, let's move on.
Wait, what's it called?
Oh, this one is called powertrip.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one also took a bit of work in order to force a sequence where I wanted to go right hand up to here and then left hand here to go again. So basically the way that I forced this was I tried to put a foot setup similar to the last boulder actually, that just really catered to having this position feel comfortable, and a situation where your left hand is here and you're trying to go right hand up feel really not comfortable. So if I put like a jug foot here in this area or something, I could definitely just sort of do this and go up right hand if I want. But with these feet, hopefully they're like only making this position comfortable. But yeah, that's at least how it looked in the forerunning in my head. But let's try it in real life. Nice. And then I'll quickly try like, see, it's nice. Like it's kind of even awkward to get into that position, I think. So I definitely can do this, but that definitely felt harder than the other method. And when you're setting a boulder and you have a sequence in mind that you want to try and force, what you have to go for is not necessarily trying to make beta breaking it impossible, but make sure that your intended sequence is the easiest method. This is how you set a boulder, because when you're trying to set a boulder to hit a certain grade, you want the intended sequence to be that grade. If someone can do it in a different way, but it's like a V8 sequence instead of the intended V6, it's not a problem, because you just can't control people being stronger than what your boulder is supposed to be. So doing the boulder like this, I think uses a bit more left arm pulling strength. And this way, or in sort of like a square position, we can just kind of press through our legs and work off this undercling. The other saving grace too is, at the end of the day, personally, as long as all my holds are getting used, that's sort of at least the bare minimum I want to go for. So even if you want to do this boulder left, right, feet, you still aren't necessarily skipping holds, which I think is nice. Yeah, that was fun. Let's move on.
Excuse me, I think you're forgetting something.
Oh my God. Okay, maybe I need to show the names before we get on the boulder so I don't forget. Stealth mode, this one's called.
All right, start with the title.
I need to look at it, I forgot. $1 Okay, so this one is really playing off the theme I was talking about earlier, with like the comfiest of the comfy holds on this board.
That sounds like maybe slightly easier grade.
No, not necessarily. Like these holds are pretty bad, but they're really comfy, right? Like,
oh, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So,
okay, I see.
So this one is like nice on the skin, just super comfy. And this one is also very long, as you can see. So that could play into the difficulty. But yeah, I think this is maybe one of my favorite ones I made up.
This looks really pretty. I like how it like snakes around like that.
Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, so that was Really, really fun. Really, really sick. And what I'm gonna say now won't speak to like the grade of this boulder, but will speak to like the proportionate difficulty of the top part. The last move was much bigger than I thought. And is maybe like a little bit disproportionately hard from the rest of the boulder, but it's so much fun that I don't want to change it.
Does the grade of a boulder, like, is it determined by the hardest move?
Not necessarily. So I think if the finish was easier, the context of this whole boulder is like really different, but now that you have to do such a big, powerful move after such a pumpy beginning, could definitely spice things up. I'm curious to see what people think of this one. The reason that it is such a big move and I put the hold so far away was because I wanted to force this sequence where you have to come back to this hold as an undercling, go up, and then out.
You love backtracking to like previous holds in the route, eh?
I do. But if the hold was too close, like let's say it was a couple over to the left, I could be here, just go here, and then bump from this one, but now I can't, right? I have to get my left hand there. So this is how I was trying to force that sequence, but it really makes the last move hard. But it's like so fun. And actually, I don't remember what my feet set up were, but I don't remember if I got my foot up here, but I think if I didn't, this could help for the last move. But also that second last hold was a little bit worse than I thought as well. Anyway, really fun boulder. Give it a try, let me know what you think. I need a little bit of rest after that super pumpy one.
You got something to share with us about the bouldering?
We did the name at the beginning.
We did?
Yeah,
Okay.
$1.00
Oh, yeah.
All right, the closer we get to finishing all the boulders, the more nervous I'm getting because my flash streak is going pretty well right now. But you know, you never know when you'll have a foot slip or some low percentage move.
Well, now that you said it, I feel like you've cursed yourself for the next attempt.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, next boulder looks really fun. Has a little bit of a dyno, so hopefully I don't mess it up. The last move, we have to go off this kind of bad crimp to 2 jugs. I think it looks really fun.
Do you think this is like the worst crimp on the kilter board?
Well, I guess if we're talking about the holds that are meant to be grabbed, then yeah, probably. But of course we have all these terrible little footholds.
But you can use foot chips as like hands if you want, right?
Well, not if they're orange, right? So, I mean, yes, you can set a boulder with them, but if the hold is like lit up with orange, it means it's a foot only.
Right. Orange,
Okay.
I don't know about orange.
Orange, yellow, yeah, I guess.
What's it called?
This one, man, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, how do you not remember the name?
This one is called Rise and Shine. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Oh my. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Wait, oh, it was 2 finished holds, I see.
Yeah. So first of all, this hold is like so bizarre that my foot totally like slipped right off the side, like super sideways, which is hilarious. But then I'm like, okay, I'm still fine. And then I somehow managed to miss the left hand.
The left finish hold?
Yeah, the left finish hold. I missed it, but this hold was good enough that I could ride the swing a little bit and re-grab it. That was the most hilarious, like, that was me absolutely getting cursed, and the kilter board gods were like, okay, we're gonna make you fall. But I just decided not to anyway. That was really funny.
I almost got destroyed.
Yeah, I guess I would have fallen that way onto you.
Yeah.
That's funny. That boulder is like, you know what, actually I think this is my favorite so far. The moves on this were really nice. This move is kind of unsuspecting, like just this move up to this hold, but this hold is kind of slopey and bad and feels difficult to grab.
This is what you said, 50 degrees, right?
Yeah. So once you're here, it feels a little bit bad, but then as soon as you put your left foot like toeing into this jug and you really get your hips in, all of a sudden this becomes super nice and you can do this really nice lock off. And then the rose is satisfying, got the nice jug, and then you're like in a really comfortable setup into the dyno.
I think this one's gonna be hard to grade because you kind of messed it up and you had to like try really hard.
Well, luckily I don't have to grade it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other nice thing about this video is I don't have to, there's like less forwarding that's involved whatsoever because I'm not trying to hit a grade. I can just leave the boulder and then see what people grade it.
It's kind of nice, actually.
It is nice. Yeah, I guess also I should mention, I always forget to put this in the description of my kilter boulders, but anytime I set a kilter boulder, it's gonna be a no match rule, but I will probably forget to put them in the description. So just keep that in mind. All right, moving on.
Yep.
Good. All right, so with me being mainly a comp climber, I guess you can probably see that a lot of my boulders are a touch more comp style. Got some dynos, got some campus, feet first sort of things. So I wanted to make sure I put a couple like more classic style boulders in as well. So this one doesn't really have any dynos or anything, just like more classic style moves. I think it could be fun. Nice little drop knee at the beginning probably. And yeah, like maybe an interesting finish, which is maybe a little bit comp style, kind of a jump out of a rose, but I think this one looks really fun. That last one was actually really fun. I really like that. You feel kind of off balance and it's a weird flop to the finish, but it's quite satisfying. I think there's maybe room for some other beta. Like if you want, you could bump to the next one and then come in.
Think that's easier?
No, I don't. And this is playing off what we were saying earlier. I think you could do that, but it would be harder than doing.
Well, I guess you're bumping to like that bad crimp again.
Oh yeah, of course. I think the moves on this are kind of forced. I guess the other beta you could do as well is cross over. But
That
again,
doesn't look easier.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, that one was really nice. Man, I think I did a decent job with these boulders. They're pretty fun so far.
What's the boulder called?
Boulder is called Too Deep for the Intro. Okay, before I forget, as I have been doing, let's get the name off. This one's called Windowpain. This one looks, again, nice and comfy, not uncomfortable looking hold in sight, and has some pretty flowy moves too, I think. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Man, I don't think any of these look particularly easy.
Okay, I will say this. This is like third day on. I really did an intense hangboard session yesterday. I feel shaky in general. So this is actually good. I'm making everything look hard so that it really keeps the illusion a bit better. Yeah, I don't think I'm making these look like super clean by any means, so definitely come try them. I think there's a good mix of grades. I think they're really fun. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Grade the boulders. And yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching.